leave my social media handle at the end as well. So you can find me in Instagram. I have a website as well. I can provide that at the end. I don't know what's better, but just a little bit about me. Also, let me know if there's any interruptions. So just a little bit about me. My name is Alejandra Corbella. I've been into the crypto space for about 5 years. The main reason why I got into the crypto space was because when I moved to the US, my background is actually from Mexico. I came to the US in 2012. And just being an immigrant, I was going through a lot. I went to college, I did a lot of things. When I graduated college, I was unable to really get a work authorization because of my status that, it took me a while to fix. And I was just looking for ways to make money and empower myself. At that time, I was in a really dark place emotionally, financially, and my mental health was just really to the floor. Especially being a young Latina that I was just trying to make it in the workplace. That's when I was introduced into like stocks and trading. At the beginning, it was very scary just because I never saw anybody that looked like me that I was making money, especially in my family. Um, when I started hearing about cryptocurrency, it was definitely very sketchy. I understand a lot of people think it's a little bit of a scam, but a lot of times we think that because we don't understand it. What I realized is that the best way to empower myself was to educate myself. And I've dedicated this past 3 years in educating my community, especially the immigrant community, women, to learn about cryptocurrency. Currently, if you have the app Clubhouse, we have a room called Crypto Babes where we help women across the globe learn about cryptocurrency, how the ways to learn it and earn it. So if that's something you want to do, Clubhouse is a free app. You can download it and join the community.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Alejandra.
Go
Can you
ahead.
just pause for a minute because we're gonna do a welcome.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. I'm
it's
so
okay.
sorry.
Okay.
I was just waiting for you to stop. I'm so sorry. I
No,
didn't want to
thank
stop
you.
you. I didn't want to stop you, but welcome everyone. Welcome. Hello, Sestra Queen sisters. It's a wonderful, wonderful evening tonight. I am so grateful for this opportunity. I wanted to welcome
Yeah,
everyone.
you can turn it down.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and SestraNow's theme is Mental Health is Wealth. My name is Diana Morales, and I am one of the co-leaders for the counseling team. I am a postgraduate pre-licensed psychotherapist, secular psychotherapist, Christian counselor, and life coach. I'm working towards obtaining my licensure and my certification, and I should be opening my practice by the end of the year. I offer psychoeducational workshops and am grateful for this opportunity and this platform to start the conversation in bringing awareness to the importance and the necessity of normalizing mental health um, and relational reverence. Along with me today, I believe, I'm not sure if I've seen her yet, but I also wanted to introduce the other team leaders, the other co-leaders with me. I don't know if they're here, but I'd like to give mention to them. Along with me working with the counseling team is Judelia, who is an educator, author, and also a co-leader with the counseling team. Also is Kim Harris, who is also a co-leader, and she's a psychiatric nurse practitioner. There's also Zumaya Carr, who's a businesswoman and is passionate about mental health and beauty. So these four ladies and myself are compose the counseling team. And because the theme is mental health is wealth, I just wanted to quickly share some research with you. Research shows that there's a link between the impact on finance and money and mental health. It's a complex relationship that can affect your self-esteem. It can lead you to be anxious. It can lead you to have insomnia. It can also lead you to become stuck and avoidant. Financial difficulty can turn into distress. But the hope lies with finding tools and discovering tools that'll help you get out of this pattern of financial instability and difficulty and to prevent future issues, financial issues, and to replace it with the financial growth and prosperity. SestraNow is providing us with several of these tools, and these tools are basically educational and informative. This is purely informative and educational, and if you seek any professional assistance, you would go to the founders of SestraNow, and they can refer you to any professional assistance. So without further ado, I just wanted to reintroduce Alejandra, and she will take it away. Thank you.
Hi guys, thank you, and apologies again. Thank you so much for the introduction. I think it's so important to speak about how mental health plays a big role in financial education and financial literacy. From my own experience, just growing up, seeing my mom struggle with bills and always being stressed out brought a lot of anxiety into my life, especially being first generation immigrant. So my hope is that I'm able to empower some of you to really just take power, right? Understand that financial education is gonna help us really just educate our communities. So right now, my topic that I mostly specialize is crypto. Like I was mentioning earlier, for me, cryptocurrency is something that's very special because it's what really empowered me to start investing. Especially where nobody ever really taught me about financial education, even though I went to college. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen. It's gonna be in my phone. If we have any issues, feel free to on what's it called, like speak out in your mic. But that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys can see it. If you can see it, speak up. But this is just gonna be a crypto 101 workshop. So this is gonna be very straight to the point. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to unmute yourself, or at the end, I'm also gonna be making some space. I know I've gotten some questions, which I'll be covering at the end of this. This is just more like a basic of what cryptocurrency is, how can you get involved, and just what are the best ways to start doing it the right way, right? So if you ever heard about, there's a book that I really, really love. It's called Start With Why. And it talks about how great platforms, great technology started with the why, of why it's important, right? A lot of times we focus on the how or the what, but we don't focus on the why. For me, cryptocurrency solves a very important problem, which is the marginalized, a lot of marginalized people don't, like the banks, right? The banks are centralized institutions that are basically just taking power away from the people. So what cryptocurrency does, it gives power back to the people through a decentralized system, right? So understanding Satoshi's vision, right? So Bitcoin was actually born, and Bitcoin is the most popular thing you're gonna hear in the cryptocurrency space. Why? Because it was the first cryptocurrency to ever exist. It was created in 2008 during the crisis. If any of you were alive during the recession, during the crisis, a lot of people will know. A lot of people lost their houses. A lot of people were just going through a really bad financial place. During that time, a lot of people understood that the government wasn't for us, and we definitely couldn't trust the banks. So what Satoshi did, nobody actually knows who Satoshi is. We don't know if it's a person or if it's a team, but he was somebody that understood technology and wanted to create, change the model of the financial system and give power to the people through decentralization. So decentralization is all run through a computer. And what that means is that no person, no institution actually owns it. Okay, so that's basically what it means. Okay, and I always say trust the vision, right? Because if you look at this tweet, right, it was actually created. It was actually created in let's see, 2011. And in 2011, that's when Greg, he's actually very popular in Twitter, and he talks about he bought Bitcoin when it was at 6 cents, right? And he ended up selling them at 30 cents, and now it's $8. If you know anything about Bitcoin, you will know that now it's at almost seven. It's right now it's at 57,000. It already hit the 60,000, and it's gonna go up. Now that doesn't have to scare you, because you don't need to be buying a whole Bitcoin. You don't need to buy a whole Ethereum. You can just start with $10, $20, even, $1. As long as you make that investment, you can start with Cash App with Bitcoin. Coinbase, Binance. There's a lot of websites where you can start buying them. The only thing I will say is try to avoid purchasing them through Robinhood, because Robinhood is not an exchange. It's more like a trading app. So you don't actually own the cryptocurrency. That's the only thing that I will say when it comes to buying cryptocurrency, okay? So what is Bitcoin? I get that question a lot. So Bitcoin is actually digital form of currency. It's digital money. Now you might be saying, why is digital money even important if we already have money, right? We already have PayPal. We already have you know, Cash App and all of these different apps. Why do we even need more digital money? The reason why I like to bring this up is that we are changing, right? The only thing that doesn't change is that change is happening. Imagine even me being an immigrant, it's really hard to send money to another country because I have to pay a lot of fees through Western Union. So basically what we're doing is we're using different cryptocurrencies that have very low fees. You can change it anywhere in the world without any, let's say Venezuela, right? Or Cuba, there's a lot of sanctions. If you have family, you can quickly send it. And it's just very easy. As long as you have a wallet and they have a wallet, you can send it, right? The other thing I like to say is the history of money, right? So think about, we went from, you know, the borrow system, which we were exchanging corn from flour. Then we went into coins, and from coins we went into dollars. And from dollars, we went into digital money like Cash App, right? So this is the future, right? The other thing that I really like about this is that a decentralized system. So what does this mean? That nobody owns it, okay? Nobody owns it. There's no institution or bank that truly owns Bitcoin because it's decentralized. Now, the other thing that's very powerful about Bitcoin and any other cryptocurrency is the technology. A lot of people don't know this, but I know I'm very focused on cryptocurrency, but I'm actually way more excited about the blockchain space and blockchain technology than crypto right? It's a that companies are now starting to use. Okay, so if anybody wants a workshop about this, let me know and I'm happy to do another one. But that's more advanced, right? So what are altcoins? Another thing you're gonna hear that there's other cryptocurrencies besides just Bitcoin. So we have three types of cryptocurrencies, right? So the first one is what we call transactional cryptocurrencies. There's a website that you can use for doing your research about cryptocurrencies. Definitely take notes. It's called CoinGecko. CoinGecko is a website that basically is kind of like an encyclopedia of cryptocurrencies. And there's three types of cryptocurrencies. The first one is transactional. These transactional coins are the ones that basically you can use for sending money abroad or sending money to people. It's just for a transaction. Bitcoin is the main transactional coin. Then we have what is called a utility, right? A utility coin is a cryptocurrency that serves a purpose besides just being transactional. So what does that mean? That it has a purpose and is solving a problem. A main example of a utility coin is Ethereum or Polkadot, Cardano, right? This is not a financial advice by any chance, by the way, but these are just some examples on cryptocurrencies that have the means is that you can the Ethereum blockchain and create other tokens or create applications, kind of like an iPhone, right? You have an iPhone and you go into your app store, and in this app store, you can download different apps. That's kind of like what Ethereum is doing, right? And then we also have the third one, which is called a stable coin. A stable coin is basically something that is pegged to the US dollar and the dollar only. Now, these cryptocurrencies are helpful for people that, let's say you want to keep your profits, you just made money from an investment and you want to take it out, but you don't want it to be a taxable event just yet. You just want to keep it. So instead of moving it back into dollars, you simply move it into a stable coin. So basically a stable coin will allow you to not make it a taxable event. So this is made for smart investors that are not just yet moving it into fiat. Fiat is basically dollars and keeping it into the cryptocurrency space. Okay, so a stable coin is always going to be a dollar and it's never going to change. Okay, so fiat versus Bitcoin, right? I get the question a lot. And I like to use this infographic a lot, right? So silently robbing us of purchasing power, especially if you think about marginalized communities. Your money is worth just more, less and less every single day. Think about how much you could buy 20 years ago with $20, how much you could buy 5 years ago, and how much you can buy right now with $20 today, right? Even right now with the whole stimulus check going on, they printed a lot of money.
Alejandra, can you hear me? Alejandra, we're having a reception issue. Okay, so we're gonna pause. Apparently there's some connection issues that's going on with Alejandra, but if we could take some comments at this point. And Stephanie, if you could just facilitate the questions or any kind of discussion, and I'm gonna contact Alejandra to find out what's going on, okay? You're on mute.
I know. Yes. Welcome, everyone. We're sorry about these technical difficulties. So for now, does anyone have any questions for Alejandra, or do we want to discuss? Let's talk about how you feel about cryptocurrency. There are some negative connotations sometimes about it, as I think the public is generally a little leery about it. And so I actually have some questions for her at the end. Val?
Well, I have a question because she said don't use Robinhood. So what app do she suggest?
Exactly. Well, I'm going to ask her the same question because
She said Coinbase. And
Coinbase. Okay.
while I was on the phone, I started researching, and you have to create an account. And
yeah. Well, someone just had me sign up for Robinhood to buy crypto. So that's the question I have to her, like, why? Why would we not buy crypto? What is Robinhood offering? Because I just signed up for it yesterday. So, and Kimberly, you're on right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're hearing what we're saying. She says specifically, you don't own the cryptocurrency when you buy it on Robinhood. So that's something that we definitely need to.
He said because Robinhood is a trading
Platform.
For stocks, right?
Yeah.
For stocks and not for Bitcoin ownership. So she said the best route is to open a Coinbase account. So I already created my account because I'm in. No. Let me see. I'll buy $1, $5. You know what I mean? Something that you can be comfortable losing.
Yes, yeah. So this is going to be interesting. I wonder what happened. She was on such a flow.
Oh, right.
Alejandra, she's
using her phone, so she probably lost connection.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, that's why she said she was using her telephone.
Yeah.
So if she's using that for the call, sometime the call will drop.
So Carol says she was pretty skeptical at first, and Coinbase is the way to go. So Carol, are you actively using Coinbase? You want to talk to us about it a little bit? Carol?
She's muted.
Well, you're on mute. We can't hear you. Can you see me? I'm going to put it in the message box. We're a sisterhood, so let's chat about it. Here she goes.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize I was on mute. I'm multitasking, so yes. But I actually, I was introduced to it by my son and my daughter, who, did a lot of research and about the crypto. And as a matter of fact, probably about maybe 3 years ago, my son tried to encourage me to purchase, and I was kind of, I don't like losing money, so I was kind of very skeptical about it. And I wish at the time I had purchased a Bitcoin, because I think at the time it was like $700 a Bitcoin. And I was like, nah, that's too much money. And now if I look back and I said that if I had purchased 10 coins, right? To see where that Bitcoin is now, which is, I think it had gone up to 60 something, $64 a coin, and then it went down and it's going back up again. So, I mean, today I think it's at about $54,000 a coin. So can you
He's
imagine
back.
if I purchased like 10 coins when he told me that I should, you know? So I definitely spoke with a number of people and who are in the crypto space, and they told me that the way to go is through Coinbase. And so I did go in and set up an account with them and then created the wallet. I'm still trying to understand about the wallet, but I'm hoping that you know, she'll be able to explain that more to me.
Okay, so
I
He's back. He's back.
okay, thank
back.
you,
Can you guys hear
Carol.
me?
So Alejandro, while you were out, we were all discussing what you said about Robinhood and to go to Coinbase instead.
Coinbase.
So if you can explain why would Robinhood offer us anything? Why are they offering, and what are they offering, and what's the difference?
That's a great question, and huge shout out to the last person that was just speaking, because they're right. They were talking about Coinbase. Coinbase is a great resource for buying cryptocurrency. The reason why you want to avoid Robinhood is because Robinhood is a trading app. So it was meant for stocks. So when you go ahead and download Robinhood, and Robinhood allows you to get, I think it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Dogecoin. Those are the three cryptocurrencies. And the whole purpose of cryptocurrency, remember I mentioned, is for you to become your own bank, for you to take power away from institution and give it to the people. When you buy through Robinhood, you don't actually own the cryptocurrency. You're simply buying a trading position. Now, it's still gonna go up, but they're not gonna let you withdraw your Bitcoin. They're simply gonna give it to you in dollars. What does that mean? That first, it's a taxable event, so you're gonna get taxed. The second thing is that, remember you were talking about wallets? We have two types of wallets, right? We have a cold wallet and we have a hot wallet, okay? Now, a hot wallet is basically a wallet you download in your computer. One that I recommend is called Exodus. It's free to download. Just make sure you get the right one, okay? You download it on your computer and it's gonna give you what is called it's called a seed phrase. And you have access to your private keys. A private key is a 12 to 24 word phrase. Now, this phrase makes sure that your cryptocurrency is your currency. But with Coinbase or even with Robinhood, you will never get a recovery phrase because you have it. You basically are giving power of Coinbase and Robinhood to own the cryptocurrency. The difference between Robinhood and Coinbase is that Coinbase does allow you to withdraw your cryptocurrency and put it into a wallet. Robinhood does not allow you to withdraw that cryptocurrency. It will just give you cash for it. So if you were to buy Bitcoin, you're not buying Bitcoin. You're simply buying a position in Bitcoin and trading, right? Which is another thing I will be talking about later on. That's another way you can make money in the crypto space. However, you do want to avoid getting into Robinhood for that reason. The other wallet that we have is what is called a cold wallet. Now, a cold wallet is kind of like a USB, and it's offline wallet. So basically an offline wallet is you don't depend on the internet. It's rather, it's very secure, right? And the hot wallet is still secure. But remember, anything that is on a computer or online can be hackable. Now, if you're using strong passwords and you know how to protect yourself and all of that, you shouldn't have a lot of issues. But anything that's in the internet will be hackable, okay? When you have a cold wallet, nobody could have access to this cryptocurrency unless they literally have the ledger with them. And you're the only owner of it. So that's what a cold wallet is. So that's the two differences. If you have more than $5,000 in cryptocurrency, I will strongly recommend you get a wallet. If you only have like a couple $100 and you say, you know what, because a cold wallet does cost like from $50 to $100. If you only have like $20, you know, focus on getting more cryptocurrency before you go ahead and get a wallet. Does that answer the question?
I think I still need to understand how to, I think I had gone on and created a wallet. Now I have to figure out what type of wallet. I know when I created the wallet, it gave me like a tons of words, maybe 50 word, 25 words.
Where you for what wallet was it? What wallet did you download?
I have to double check. I think it might have been through Coinbase, but I have to double check.
Was it Coinbase wallet? Do you know?
I think it was a Coinbase wallet.
You can send me a message on Facebook and just let me know what app it is. If you have access to that 24-word phrase, that does mean they're your coins, but I do need to know which app you use because I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. I'll reach out to you.
Alejandra, if I might interject, I know that you requested that questions be held to the end. We just entertained a few questions while you were offline. So
okay, perfect.
We'll allow you to continue. Okay.
Awesome. Is my connection a lot better right now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. If you have any issues, please let me know so I can fix it. But I will be sharing my screen again. Just give me a second, make sure. Let me make sure I have it open. But yeah, please keep your, write down your questions. I will be answering questions at the end. Thank you for being patient with me. Perfect. So I'm sharing my screen again. But like I was mentioning, right, the whole purpose of Bitcoin is that it's a deflationary asset. So that basically means that it beats inflation. This asset is growing more rapidly than inflation. So that means you can preserve money and your wealth. Because even think about it, right? Even if you get that raise in your job, or even if you think you're making more money, which is great, right? It's always great to have more income. But if you cannot beat inflation, your purchasing power is always gonna go down. And the biggest thing, I always, my financial mentor told me this, right? The main reason why people are getting more poor is because they don't understand inflation. And that's what's taking power away from the people, okay? So it's very, very important, right? I always like to say, like, owning Bitcoin and owning cryptocurrency makes you an early adopter. So right here, we have the technology adoption curve, right? Every technology that has ever existed, at one point, there were people that were innovators. Then there were people that were adopters, then the early majority. Think about the bicycle, the telephone, the car, the internet. At some point, somebody didn't understand it. Somebody didn't believe in it. And eventually everybody's using it. That's where cryptocurrency is right now, this stage where everybody's still very, very new. So we have right now, we're currently in the early adopters. Only 13.5% of people in the world actually know about cryptocurrency and have it. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. And I like to show this adoption technology in the US because look at electricity, right? Look at cars. It wasn't instant that you learned about this. It was rather something that took many, many years for it to take place, okay? So I like to share that, okay? So how do we get to adoption? First, we wanna understand that adoption means that everybody's using it. Obviously, we do wanna get to that point that everybody's using Bitcoin, especially if you're a Bitcoin holder or a cryptocurrency holder. That means the price is just gonna continue to go up and we're gonna be able to make more money. So first, we start with people, right? Already people have cryptocurrency and they already have Bitcoin. Then we have corporations, right? We already have Tesla, right? We have Tesla, MicroStrategy, Square, Bollinger, all of these different companies that are invested in cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, right? So we already have a corporation. So what is next, right? We have the government and central banks, which right now there's already banks that are investing in it, but they do have, when a bank or a really big corporation wants to get into new investments, they have to go through the SEC. So it's a legal process. It's not going to be immediate. So right now they are working on it. So just understand that it's going to take time, okay? So I always say that there's three main ways to earn cryptocurrency, okay? And I would like for you guys to write this down so you can know, right? So the first one is what we call holding, right? HODLing. And this is long term. So let's say you buy some Bitcoin in Cash App, or you buy some Ethereum in Coinbase, or you're just, purchasing different cryptocurrencies. The second one is trading. Now, trading is not long-term like holding, it's more like short-term. However, it does come with a level of risk. However, it's a skill set, right? It's a skill set that you acquire and that you have to learn. I personally trade myself. It's been a great journey. I'm not going to tell you it's without no risk, but if you wanted to do it, you can learn how to do it. And again, learn it, right? And it's another way you can make money. The third way to make money in cryptocurrency is finding the different ways to get paid and earn crypto rewards. That means you can do it staking. Staking basically means growing passive rewards on several cryptocurrencies. Only certain cryptocurrencies actually allow you to stake. Then we have e-commerce. Like, let's say you have a business and you want to accept Bitcoin payments, you can do that. Or even getting paid in Bitcoin, right? So let's say even with Coinbase, they have a referral system. Let's say you have a Coinbase account, you recommend it to your cousin, and now you're getting paid for recommending them. Things like that. There's different ways you can get paid, right? So those are the three main ways, right? When you build a portfolio, right, especially when we talk about holding, you want to think long-term, right? So the richest people on earth actually find good companies, find good projects, and they invest in them for 5 to 10 years. Okay, so you need to have a late gratification mindset. It doesn't mean that you're not going to see profits on your first year. You will, right? But in order for you to build that generational wealth and to really help your community, you will need to have a longer vision, right? This is some of the ways I like to spread my own portfolio. 60% I like to do Bitcoin, 30% I do Ethereum, and 20% I do strong altcoins, which I already talked a little bit about it. And when it comes to trading, there's two ways we trade. One is exchange trading and the other one's leverage trading. Those are great ways to learn about it. There's a couple different apps that I use for trading, but that's basically what we do. Any other question, guys? I think that's the end of the presentation. So I do wanted to open it up for questions.
I have a lot of questions.
Well, ask away, ask away.
Oh, sorry, I didn't think you could hear me.
No problem.
Okay, I think the first question I want to ask is about Robinhood. You advise against it for crypto, but since this particular segment is just about crypto, how do you feel about Robinhood in terms of other stocks?
For stocks, it's fine. I think it's fine. It's just for crypto that I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
I have a question. What is the minimum amount that you can start buying Bitcoin?
Technically $1, $5. You can start with very, very minimal. You don't have to go and, invest hundreds of dollars. Although obviously the more you invest, the more you can have in return.
And I just went onto Coinbase and it asks you, what are you using the Bitcoin for? So it says investments or trading or purchases.
You can do investments. Yeah, investments will be the best one. Investments. For the question that was asked in the chat, reliable information, I like to use the website CoinGecko. I also have my own personal website. It's alecorbella.com. I write for a crypto magazine where I educate people on it. So I do a lot of research and I write about it. So I have 3 articles right now and I'm publishing more, but CoinGecko is a really great website that is very reliable.
Can you put that in the chat, the name, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
I will write it down. Any other question?
I would like to ask Carol. Carol, did you have any other questions, Carol? I didn't mean to cut you off, but want to give you an opportunity.
No, I am good. I just wanted to, I didn't understand. I don't think I have a full understanding of the different wallets. So I need to probably get in touch with Alejandra to just talk to her about, the wallet that I created. Like I said, I created the wallet, but I have not done any transfer because I'm not sure, if it's the right wallet. So that I would need additional information on.
So what, Alejandra, what we're going to do is she's going to be on our marketplace. And so what would you say your title is, Alejandra? What would you call yourself?
So I'm a crypto consultant. Right now I do consulting work. So that will be my title, I guess, crypto consultant educator. I did left my Instagram title, my Instagram. You can message me on Facebook. I'm not as active there, but if you do have an Instagram, I have my Instagram. I forgot to add an underscore. So that's my username. You can message me there. I do have a lot of resources. I recently did a reel about like 3 different things I look into when I invest in a cryptocurrency. I was telling the ladies here, I'm having some issues with my laptop. That's why I'm doing it in my phone. But I am really happy to do another workshop in the next couple weeks in my laptop, but it will be on a weekend. And that way I can break it down, share my screen, show you the websites. So if that's something that you want, just let me know, and I'm happy to do that.
Alejandra, what we're going to do is we're going to make you a resource. Like everyone's products and services will be on our marketplace, so everyone can reach out to you individually. So I will, after this is over, get all of your information, and you will have a business profile on our website with all of your contact information, and they can reach out to you however you like. They can always go to SestraNow.com, look up cryptocurrency educator to find your name and any other cryptocurrency consultants that are within our membership who would like to be a resource. Your full information will be there. That's for everyone's information.
Perfect.
Okay.
Then you got that now from Sestra. Perfect.
I have 2 questions for you. The first one, can you explain the difference between Bitcoin and crypto, or are they the same thing? And the second question would be if I currently have Robinhood and I invested in Doji something, crypto.
Dogecoin, yes.
Yeah, Dogecoin on Robinhood. And, I'm able to see that it's moving and doing whatever it is that it's doing. If I wanted to move it, because you're saying that I don't own it, if I wanted to move it from Robinhood to, say, Coinbase, how would I go about doing that?
So for your first question, cryptocurrency is kind of like currency, right? Cryptocurrency, digital currency. Like, for example, when you talk about the dollar is a currency, but a currency is not a dollar. Make sense? Does that kind of make sense or not really?
Not really.
Yeah, I get it.
Wait,
there's different types
Alejandro,
of
let me ask you something on this real quickly. This is Tika Ann. So is the cryptocurrency or the Bitcoin that she has, is it something usable? Like how we can go to the bank and pull out our cash and put our cash somewhere else? Is this something she could actually move?
Yes,
Like,
you can move it. You can move it from Coinbase. You can move it from Coinbase, correct?
No, can you move it from Robinhood to Coinbase?
No, so that's the thing. The reason why you don't want to have Robinhood is because you will be able to withdraw in dollars, but you won't be able to move the Dogecoin into a wallet because you're not buying Dogecoin. You're buying a trading position.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. But
and also I noticed that Coinbase does not trade Dogecoin.
Correct. So that was another thing I was going to say. The reason why Coinbase doesn't trade Dogecoin is because it's more of a riskier investment. If you actually look into Dogecoin, it was created as a meme coin. Like it was kind of like a joke. It was never intended to be a big cryptocurrency, but it kind of just got popular and people started investing. And personally, I see it as a very risky investment. And I wouldn't recommend my students to invest in Dogecoin long term. You can see some results, but I wouldn't put all of my eggs there.
Okay. So, but would you use, so if you can't get Dogecoin on Coinbase, what crypto can you purchase on Coinbase that's
you can
profitable
purchase
to some extent?
Yes. Yeah, you can purchase like Litecoin. I know OMG. There's a number of coins that you can purchase on Coinbase. Ethereum, you can purchase a percentage of the coins. There are hundreds of coins.
So many.
Okay,
Ethereum, Cardano,
Cardano.
Link, so many.
Chainlink is a good one.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question for Alejandra. Okay, so just super basic. So Bitcoin, okay, is Bitcoin a type of cryptocurrency? Is that what it is? Bitcoin is a type
Yes.
of cryptocurrency?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that's good.
Yes,
The
cryptocurrency
second-
is just like whole currency, digital
Currency.
currency. That's what it means. And it's just,
Got it.
Bitcoin is just one type of digital currency.
Okay, so I have a question. All right, so let's say, because I'm really trying to understand this from the standpoint of, okay, like investment, like future, right? So, you know, like if you buy a house, like I always say in real estate, like you really don't make the money until like you own the house, but you don't make the money until the house is sold. Like that's when you get currency for the house, right? With Bitcoin, what is the, like when you think about like the future, is it that you think people who invest in this are thinking like in 20 years Bitcoin is going to be the currency so I can exchange Bitcoin for gas? Is that the idea here?
Yes. So yeah,
Got it.
people are looking at it as virtual gold, right? Like gold. Think about the reason why gold is valuable is because there's only a very scarce amount of it. So people are thinking of it as a digital gold that you can invest in. Because think about it, right? Everything is run through computers now. We're going into a technology space where you can invest in digital assets. So that's the way people are thinking about it, kind of like real estate, right? You make money as it goes up, but you have to have a long-term vision.
So it's so are they okay? So is there a school of thought with Bitcoin that it is going to become the currency of the day? Because you know, when gold, they had like this whole gold rush, right? And the idea was that cash was gonna not have value and gold was gonna be the value. So is that what it is with Bitcoin, or are they thinking like Bitcoin is possibly gonna replace cash? Like, what's the thought?
So, I mean, this is like my personal opinion. So do not take this as like financial advice at all. But I do believe Bitcoin is going to be more like digital gold rather than like a form of currency, because there's only 21 million Bitcoin. Now, if you think about it, that's not really enough to help everybody.
Oh, so they have a
for
quantity.
everybody to have a Bitcoin. Yes, exactly. There's only 21 million and there's never going to be any more.
That
so
makes
that's
sense.
what makes it valuable, that is scarce, you know?
It's kind of like
so
land.
I do believe
it's like land.
Correct.
I didn't know that. Okay, good. That's
exactly.
it. That's great. That's a great. Okay.
I have a question. Would you say that Bitcoin is liquid?
Would I say Bitcoin is what?
Is liquid, meaning, I mean, because of the fact that you can cash it in and you have access to it depending on how you set it up. That's a Bitcoin, I mean, cryptocurrencies in general, coins. Would you consider that to be more liquid because you can take it out and move it as you choose, or would you not? Because, you know, it's not exactly the traditional investments on the market. It's also not cash, but what would you label it?
I will say not completely, just because obviously you can withdraw it, but it's not like you will have access to it immediately. It's not like cash that you can just move it around. You need that exchange to kind of like, that person is kind of like if you want to move your dollars and get pesos, right? You need to go to a person that's going to give you the pesos, right? We're not at this, I do think we're going to get to a point where everything is going to be very liquid and, you know, we're going to be using it. But right now at this point, you need an intermediate, right? Like a person, an institution that is going to be the middleman to give you cash. And that's the only reason why I wouldn't consider it fully liquid. But we will get there, you know, but it's still very new.
Yeah, my daughter was also telling me that I think the stadium in Florida will be accepting Dogecoin. Is that correct?
So the state of Florida in general has currently become what we call a Bitcoin state. So they are the first one to ever say that they're going to be paying government officials and they're going to be paying people in Miami with cryptocurrencies, not Dogecoin, but rather Bitcoin. Yes.
Okay.
There's a question in the chat that says, you were explaining before that it beats inflation. Can you explain that again, please?
Yeah, so inflation is a way that the government is stealing and just the economy is robbing or purchasing power about how much you can purchase every single year. So average inflation is 9% in the United States, right? In other countries like Venezuela, it's, 300%, 1,000%, it's just really, really bad. So in order for you to beat inflation, you have to find assets that are growing higher than that inflation. So that's when Bitcoin did 700% just in 2020, right? So you have to find assets that are going to beat inflation. That's why investing is very, very important. Does that answer the question?
Yes, Sindra, does that answer your question? She said yes.
I have another question so that I can understand this. So you purchase Bitcoin, that's just one type of cryptocurrency. You purchase several, you put it in a wallet. The wallet is like a holding space until the day that you decide you want to sell it. And then when you sell it, you're saying you need someone who will buy it. And that's when you cash out on the Bitcoin. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So what you will use to exchange it is going to be an exchange like Coinbase, right? You get a wallet, you move it from Coinbase to your wallet where it's yours. Now, if you want to cash out, you can send it again to Coinbase and Coinbase will give you that cash. So you need to find like that intermediate. Make sense?
Makes sense. Yes, I understand. So the wallet is basically like an account. You're holding that money in that account until you're ready to cash out or sell or whatever. And then you go back to Coinbase and you try to sell it there.
Correct. Yes.
Alejandra, so, okay, so there was Bitcoin. Now there's like the Doge one and Ethereum. So like Bitcoin being like land where there's no more. So there cannot be any more Bitcoin. So you got to buy what's there already. Okay. The other ones that are coming up, is that like separate? So like now now Doge,
yes.
That's also like land. Ethereum, that's also like land. So do you foresee?
Yes and no.
Okay, go ahead, tell me.
So the reason why I say Bitcoin is a very special asset because it's one cryptocurrency that only has 21 million and that's it. With other cryptocurrencies, some cryptocurrencies don't have a limited amount. Some of them are going to continue to get printed and be minted. So with Dogecoin, a really big red flag is that they literally print more Dogecoin, billions of them every single year. That's kind of like the dollar, right?
That's like the dollar, so right? Like exactly.
Yes. So not every cryptocurrency is created equal, right? So for that, I can like explain more if you reach out, but yeah, not every cryptocurrency is gonna be the same thing.
Okay, so on that note, do you foresee because you look at Bitcoin right now, you're like, man, I wish I bought Bitcoin like in the beginning. You kind of feel like, okay, yeah, you can buy Bitcoin now, but so do you feel like there's going to be like another Bitcoin or like another cryptocurrency? Like, are there more to come?
Oh yes, there's more to come, and there's other cryptocurrencies that you're gonna be able to get a return. But do I think we're gonna get something like Bitcoin? No, right? Bitcoin is kind of like the father of cryptocurrency, and it's kind of like gonna be the biggest thing. But it doesn't mean, right? Like if something better comes that provides that value to people, people will purchase it. It's not like the only opportunity to invest. Ethereum is a great investment. Polkadot, Cardano, there's other cryptocurrencies to look into, but understand that there's only one Bitcoin, right? And any other cryptocurrency that tries to tell you, oh, this is Bitcoin, obviously it's not. We already have Bitcoin, sorry guys, it's my dog.
No problem. You have about 5 minutes left and we have a couple questions. So we're gonna take these last couple questions.
Princess, do you want to go next? Princess had a question.
Yeah, there's a question before that. It says, so where's the coin when we don't have a wallet? That's one question. Then Princess. Oh, I guess Princess never asked the question. Go ahead.
Okay. My question was, when you purchase at cost and when you decide to sell it, is it going to be at cost or at the value at the time?
The value at the time.
Okay.
So if you bought it at 20 and it goes to 50, you get to cash out at that current price.
Okay.
And the other question is, so if you don't have a wallet, where is the coin?
If you don't have a wallet, you can get a wallet. One of them is Exodus in your computer, or you can also get a cold wallet, either the Ledger or a Trezor.
Okay, so you have to have a wallet.
I mean, you don't, but you should, especially if you have like more than $5,000.
Right. I agree.
So what if you don't? Where does it go? Or is it holding somewhere? Where is it holding?
It's kind of like it stays in Coinbase, which is kind of like a bank account, right? It's kind of like you have money in the bank. Some people don't like having their money in the bank and they have it in their own vault, right? Because they feel more safe having their money there. But there's people that say, you know what, I trust the bank and it's fine if I leave it there. It's really about what you believe. I do believe in self-custody because nobody wants the best for your money than you do, right? So why give it away to an institution when you can just have power of it yourself? So technically you don't need to, but you should.
Before we go, I wanted to talk about the cons, right? Kimberly shared an article with pros and cons of cryptocurrency. And as we said during that intermission when Alejandra was having some difficulties, there are pros and cons to doing this. Everyone should be careful. This workshop is for educational purposes. I will mention that again. If you reach out to Alejandra or any other cryptocurrency consultant, this is, at your own risk. Again, it's informational purposes. But that being said, Alejandra, I just want to touch on a few points, a few of the cons in this article. Fraudulent fake ICOs. ICOs are initial coin offerings. What would you say is a warning to everyone listening with regard to that? And since we're at limited time, if you can just please tell us what are the cons. I know you're an advocate for it. However, this is all new to everyone, and I want everyone to be duly warned or on the lookout for what they should be careful about.
For sure, that's a great question. I always say never invest in something you don't fully understand. You need to get educated, right? And you need to seek that information. We have Google, right? Don't just rely on one site. Look into other sites, right? There's so many sites and you want to make sure you're doing your research, right? When it comes to ICOs, so initial coin offerings, they actually did become illegal because a lot of people were creating coins. Because technically, if you have like coding experience, you can create our own token and go and sell it. Now that doesn't make it doesn't mean all ICOs were bad, but kind of because of one person, everything gets ruined. So you want to be very careful on what you invest. You want to make sure you do your research and you ask the right questions. Never invest in something. I never give your money away if you don't know what you're doing. So that's like the biggest thing. Because sadly, I see so many people that get reached out, so much scam happening on social media, people telling you they're Bitcoin miners and they manage your account. Honestly, for people that say, hey, should I invest in this? Honestly, before you invest in cryptocurrency, invest in getting educated. Because the best way you're going to keep your money is for you to understand how to keep it. You don't want to give your power away to other people and institutions to have your money. Right? And that's why financial education is so important. I mentioned CoinGecko is a great resource. Look into crypto magazines like Cointelegraph is one of them. That's like a news articles I really like, and you can read about it. And again, like reach out if you have questions. But yeah, just be very careful. Obviously, any investment, not just cryptocurrency, comes with a level of risk. So you need to have a conversation with yourself and ask yourself, what's the level of risk I'm willing to take, right? If you're not willing to take that big risk, do not invest in ICOs because they're high risk. Go invest in Bitcoin, go invest in Ethereum and those cryptocurrencies that are known. If you are feeling a little bit riskier, you can go ahead and invest, but understand that is with a bigger risk and never invest something you cannot afford to lose. That's it.
What's an example, Alejandra, of an ICO? Can you give us a name of something that we've heard of that's an ICO?
I wouldn't be able to give you a name that you actually know because a lot of these ICOs died already. But let's say I go ahead and create my own token, right? And I call it Alejandra Coin. And I go and get into this workshop and I say, hey guys, this is why this coin is the new Bitcoin. This is how we're gonna go make money. You know, you just have to put an initial investment of $1,000 and you get 3 coins. That's an ICO, right?
What about
when a new project
Dogecoin?
comes out and
What-
Dogecoin is not considered an ICO because they are not like, you're still buying the cryptocurrency. It's not kind of like an ICO is before initial coin offering, before the cryptocurrency actually comes out into like a bigger exchange. So it's kind of like kind of like when before a company comes out, when they're doing like seed investing, when they're getting angel investors. That's kind of like the same thing, getting funding before the project actually comes out. And a lot of people get tempted because they tell you, hey, if you invest early, you're getting 10x of your investment, 100x of your investment. And those numbers sound very juicy and very tempting. But again, you don't want to get caught up in that hype. You don't want to get caught up in the numbers, but rather just educate yourself before you make any investment.
It sounds good.
Okay.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like we need a cryptocurrency with Alejandro Corbella 2. Cryptocurrency 2 will be coming to a workshop near you soon, right?
Okay, Stephanie, one other thing is that you should also check with your company to see if the financial institution, whether it's Fidelity or, because they're also offering the opportunity via your 401k or whatever, the opportunity for you to purchase cryptocurrency through a company. I think the fund is Grayscale. Have you heard about it, Alejandra?
Yes, I have. Grayscale is a legit company, and
Yes.
what they're doing is actually very cool. I will definitely look into it. I will look into
check with
it.
like Fidelity or one of those other companies if you have stocks with them or mutual funds, to see if they offer. They give you the opportunity to purchase the cryptocurrency through Grayscale.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We're coming. We're past 8 o'clock, so we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to wrap it up like this. We are going to ask Alejandra, first of all, to place herself on the marketplace right away. We're also going to ask her to do, if she will be so kind, to do educational video clips, about cryptocurrency, since there is this interest, and I think we all should be careful. So we can do little educational videos that we will share with you guys through posts. Okay. And so we're going to wrap this up. We want to thank you, Alejandra, so much for sharing tonight. Please look for her.
Thank you for the invite.
You are so welcome. We're so happy to have you as part of SestraNow. We're going to make sure she's on the marketplace. Everyone can follow up with her there personally, one-on-one. Next week, we're going to have the next workshop is next Wednesday. It will be mental wellness part 1. I want to remind everyone about the marketplace. If you're listening and you're a member and you have a product or service that you would like to offer to the members and third parties, please go to our website, www.SestraNow.com, the marketplace tab, complete the partner form with all of your information, and also email Annette and I at info@SestraNow.com with your photograph so that we can create a business profile for you. We want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers that are out there. Please enjoy your Mother's Day weekend. And third week of this month, we have SPS week, Sisters Promoting Sisters week. So please look out for that. We have some exciting profiles to share with you for Sisters Promoting Sisters week. That's it. We're going to say good night now.
I just wanted to say, we're so proud of our SestraNow youth. SestraNow youth are the women under 30. Alejandra's very young. We've had Gabby, we've had other pretty impressive young women, and we're so proud of you. And, we want to encourage you. You're an inspiration, especially for younger women. And so we really appreciate that. There are a lot of young people doing a lot of things. You could be doing so many other things, and it's very impressive and inspiring. So thank you again. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, take care.
Good night. Awesome job, Alexandria.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
Gabby and Elise, if you could please stay